Hey, triple fivers. I bet you're sick of these things, huh? In 2020, I know that I am. Well, I'm coming to you from a new location today. I hope you guys like it. It's a beautiful day outside at the Monticello Rod and Gun Club, where I'm a member. And I'm going to take this quiet moment that I have here on the range to talk about the first gear subscription service that I can unreservedly recommend. And I've waited to recommend any of the many myriad services that are out there for a simple reason. A lot of them really aren't that good. It's a subpar gear that you get and you overpay because they dump a whole bunch of stuff into your monthly mailing, and it's not worth it. But I have for you today, of course, Going Gear's monthly gear subscription service. Going Gear, if you have not heard of them, and I'm not sponsored by them in this video, they sent me a month's worth of stuff to check out, and I actually sat on it for quite a while because I wanted to make sure that I actually liked it. Turns out I do. But Going Gear, if you haven't heard of them, they are kind of a Denzian in the flashlight community. Founded by Marshall Hoots, who unfortunately passed away at the untimely age of 37 in 2017. He founded a great small flashlight and gear company. Well, the company is soldiering on, and they have, I think, a very well-respected gear service that you can sign up for every month. Now, why would you do this? Well, obviously, in 2020, any deficiencies in our preparations were most evidently shown, whether it was in the closures or in the shortages, or even in just having to be extra prepared on a daily basis. And so this is where a subscription service can do work for you, and that's why I've come around to the idea of a subscription service in 2017, because most of you guys are not like me. Most of you are not going to be buying, researching, collecting gear on a constant basis for a long period of time. I've been at it now for over 10 years, and really more like 15 years, making videos for going on 10 years. So there's a place in the market for those who want quality gear, but who do not necessarily have the time to do the research and to be picking the things that might be worthwhile or interesting to them. And that's where a monthly subscription service comes into play. Without further ado, let's actually talk about what you would get on a monthly basis from Going Gear. In this month's subscription, that is not currently August 2020, but in the month subscription sample that they sent me, you would get this beautiful copper Acebeam. This is the TK16. It has a maximum output of, get this, 1800 lumens. So tiny, so tiny. Here's a reference for you. This is the Olight S1 Baton 2. Really very similar, practically speaking. The only real difference, of course, is in the pocket with the copper weight. It comes with a rechargeable battery, a tail cap, has 3 emitters, as you can see, and a beautiful, stunning knurling all around. Of course, the appeal of a flashlight like this is the patina, beyond just the basic functionality which you get. And when it's dark out, I'm going to show you the different modes of this flashlight. I actually really do like carrying this flashlight. The weight is noticeable and something that you have to get used to, but the nice tail cap and really smart modes has made it a real joy to carry. So first of all, this is exactly the kind of thing that in a, let's say you're maybe a gear fan, but you're not really very knowledgeable, for example, about flashlights, which are extremely technical and the market's advancing greatly. Well, then in this case, you would have what is really a very state-of-the-art flashlight with a very distinctive material choice, very nice material choice, which is, for what it's worth, antimicrobial. For what it's worth, too, it's antimicrobial. Microbial? How do you say that? I don't know. At any rate, this is one of those things that isn't going to keep a ton of germs on it, if that's your concern. As part of a monthly subscription service, it just shows up at your door. You don't have to research it. So when it arrives in the mail, the battery is fully charged. It's CR123 battery. So far, I've been really impressed with these lights from Acebeam. This is my first Acebeam that I've owned, and it seems like it's easily on par with Olight, if not better. And I find the way that the modes run on this are even more intuitive than on the Olight, which of course is kind of a benchmark for little EDC lights. So this is probably the highlight of this month's sample subscription that you would get from Going Gear. Would be a really high quality EDC flashlight, which I know, speaking for myself, a lot of times when I'm talking to guys with gear, this is the last thing after knives, pens, maybe firearms, whatever things that you're kind of trying to get squared away on your EDC. A proper flashlight is usually one of the last things that you're picking, either because we often have sort of residual crappy flashlights around. I know that I still have mag lights around, and kind of the crappy things that you stick on a keychain, and also because it is a decision to carry a flashlight like this. The pocket clip is excellent on this, and you can see it has a little extra, I don't know what to call that, notch maybe, for retention in the pocket, and it has kept its retention really well. It's thick enough without being impossible to pocket easily, and yet nevertheless this type of flashlight is usually not something that fits is maybe unobtrusively in a pocket as, say, a nice pen. But the decision to carry a flashlight now is as important as ever, obviously, when we're looking at so much instability, and a flashlight is not only a great possible defensive tool, but even just necessary to make sure that you're getting to where you need to be safely at night. Alright, so as far as settings go on the Acebeam, just a simple press will give you moonlight, which is half a lumen. You can see a little spider down there for reference. Not any more light than what you need to get through a hallway or get to a bathroom, get to your car at night, that kind of thing. Shut the light off. Just a single tap will give you low, which is about 80 lumens, I think. Which is definitely enough to light up a garage or something like that. Double tap brings you to high, which is I think about 600 lumens, more light than you need for most situations. Very bright. And then triple tap brings you to the SOS. The other thing that comes in this month's subscription service is what is called a sailor's lighter. It's an interesting lighter. It's a rope lighter, and it's designed to light even when it's wet. So how crazy is that? It's got a flint here and then a rope which serves as the tinder. And the way that this thing works is you actually just get the spark going on the rope, and it's a very slow burn. But one of the things that's great is even in damp circumstances, this will light reliably. It's called a sailor's lighter because it's very easy to keep dry, and it does work in wet conditions, and it doesn't burn a flame that's going to blow out on a gusty day. What it's going to do instead is just get an ember on that rope there. As you can see, it's charred there, and it's still going to work great for survival lighting, and is going to be a reliable, handy lighter, which again, in a 24-hour bag, a get-home bag, whatever you want to call it, this is absolutely a necessity. Now, size-wise, this really does compare closely to a lot of the Tokyo lighters that I've reviewed previously. If you have not seen those reviews, I will link them down in the description. Unfortunately, don't have a Tokyo lighter with me today. I do have just a Jeep lighter that I found in my car. This is roughly the size of a Zippo. It's wider, so just to give you a sense. Obviously, with the knot here, this would be not probably something you would carry in your pocket for an EDC lighter, but it is absolutely a survival lighter, and you don't have to worry about refueling it, which is obviously the main benefit of this. So the quality on this thing is excellent. It's got some nice knurling. The flint works very reliably, and just overall, it's a very cool, interesting lighter that actually I think would serve a great role in an EDC get-home bag. So guys, like I said, I'm not going to be doing a lot of gear subscription videos just because I think a lot of the subscription services out there are subpar. But I am excited about Going Gear's gear service, and it is the kind of thing that I'm going to recommend to guys who want to make sure they're prepared, want to make sure they're outfitted properly. You know, there's a lot of emergency scenarios that we've encountered in 2020, and it's really tough being caught empty-handed and maybe not even having time to run to the store. So having some of this stuff in your inventory is a really smart idea. Let me know if you have any experience with Going Gear in the comments below. I've only heard good things from them in the past, and I know Marshall, of course, himself was a hardcore gear enthusiast, and so it was sad to see him go back in 2017. But I'm glad that his legacy lives on with Going Gear, and that the subscription service exists for people who maybe like you could stand to expand their stockpiles, their preps, and still don't have to do a ton of research in order to get quality stuff like this awesome Acebeam and this interesting lighter. If you enjoyed the video, just make sure to leave me a thumbs up, guys. I'll be coming here you know, about once a week as it is. I'm mostly getting down to business, but if I have time to make a video, then I will. And I encourage you to just start tuning in as I'm trying to crank out some videos this late summer in 2020. Hope you're well. Take care of yourselves. Thank you.